Obviously, remember that you're beautiful. One thing and then grows into something beautiful. Oh, don't. Okay, as I was saying. Alright, so I'm making my first DIY video today. I'm a little shocked that I haven't made a vision board by now. It's a collage of images and words representing a person's wishes or goals intended to serve as inspiration or motivation. I decided to make one for 2021. I saw a whole bunch of different layouts. Then my mom came up with the bulletin board option because it's less permanent. You can just take the pins out and switch up all the images. Mom also came up with the idea of getting tiles, bulletin board tiles, and there was a pack of 4 that I bought, and I liked that idea. I divided my categories between the tiles, so I have one category for one tile and then a different one for another one. I also bought a chalkboard thing and then a chalk marker, and I just wrote the year, and I'm gonna hang this above all 4. I think it'll look cute. I think it's different too. So I'm gonna take you through the step-by-step process. I'm sure there's a ton of different ways on YouTube, but my own way of how I made my vision board. So first you have to gather all your materials. So for the planning part of it, you just need a pen and paper. And then the next step, internet and a printer. You can throw it on the thumb drive and take it to a printing service if you need to. And then lastly, for the crafting part, you just need scissors. I just bought these on Amazon. I didn't want anything too crazy, although, I mean, these have crazy patterns on them, but they're pretty neutral in color. And then of course your bulletin board tiles. All right, so step 2, write down all your goals, start planning out your categories. Make sure that all of your goals are specific rather than money. Like, I just want more money. Like, okay, but what? Like, what number do you want in your account? Or what do you want to do to achieve a certain number in your account? Also be realistic. I'm not gonna say 1 million followers or $1 million in my account by the end of next year. It's just not gonna happen. Set the bar high, but not too high. Step 3, this took much longer than I thought. It definitely took a couple hours. Pinterest was really nice. It helped me lay out everything, and I was able to color categorize. And my advice is be simple and be personal. I say simple because I know that a lot of the boards that I've seen on YouTube were like collages, so there was a lot going on. When you walk by your board every day, you're not gonna gather in all of the information if there's a ton of stuff there. So also be personal. So I've seen people actually put their name next to a brand or something like that. It's just a great way of strongly manifesting your goal. So now it's time to print out your images. You can go to your Pinterest board and save the image to your desktop, and then I carried those over into a document and printed out all my images. Some people have said that they recommend splurging on glossy paper. I'm not a glossy gal. I've always been a matte person, so I think they turn out pretty well. So moving on to step 5 is your layout. This is when you start to put things in categories. This is the step that I used to draw. I feel like this reminds me of how I used to draw in grade school. From far away, that looks kind of cute, and it's personal, so I like it. So I laid out all 4 tiles, and I decided to go with physical health, so like diet and fitness and stuff, dance, finances / social media platforms and stuff like that, and then like my mind and my vibe that I want to have every day. So now the crafting step, which I honestly had the most fun with. Once you've planned everything, start cutting out your images, pinning them and putting them in places that I thought looked aesthetically pleasing. Again, simple versus chaotic. I think a little cork being shown is fine. And then finally the last step, which is hanging it, which I haven't done yet because I'm gonna present my board first, but I know some people are probably worried about ruining the aesthetic of their room. I know I kind of was, which is why these tiles are kind of perfect. However, it doesn't matter if it's gonna ruin the decor of your room. It's for your goals and your dreams, and I think that's really important. I think I'm gonna put mine behind my door. I mean, unless I wanna put it above the TV. I think behind the door might be fine because I have my door closed at the beginning of the day and at the end of the day. So right when I wake up and then before I go to sleep, I will see the board every single time. All right, now the exciting part, at least for me. So the first category I said was physical health, so fitness, diet. This one kind of turned out to be like a green purple sort of vibe. I'm working on being fully plant-based next year for sure. These are all plant-based foods that are colorful and exciting. That's my shuffle girl. She just happens to match my aesthetic. Also, her body is goals. So I want to go back to working out 6 days a week. And one of the days I want to do yoga. And then once a week, I also want to run. That's what these shoes are for. Do I want these shoes in my life? Sure, but that's not why they're there. I'm not a runner at all. I really like the feeling I get when I'm out there. Nature always brings us back to that nostalgic Zen state, I guess. And that's like when I'm at my happiest, I think. And I have friends that say, my goal is to run 10K. And I'm like, I don't even know what that means. And I look it up and I'm like, that's a lot of miles to run. How do these humans do that? So I just want to see if I can do it. Oh, I almost forgot. This girl's really cool and all, but the reason why she's there is because I cannot do a pull-up. I definitely have smaller arms and a much bigger lower half, so it almost seems impossible, but I don't ever want to be that person that says, I can't do it. Tile number 2. This is my dance creativity tile. I went with just like bright colors, like blue, pink, yellow. She's there again, Vanessa. This is the only shuffler I pretty much follow, to be honest. I really, really want to work on shuffle dancing next year. I have taken a few tutorials, but I would love to call myself a shuffler by the end of 2021. I think that would be really cool. I chose this photo specifically because she's on the job. She's wearing a Bang bikini, and that's why I have Bang here. Would it be great to work for Bang? Yes, but that's not why it's on here. I'm pretty sure this is how she skyrocketed her career, and this is what got her foundation on social media and stuff first. So I put that there just to represent me wanting to be a shuffler. And then up here is a picture of just like a cute studio. It kind of represents two things right now. Me wanting to teach a class next year. That should not be too hard. But it also represents, I really want to be in a selected group where the choreographer goes around and chooses who they really liked doing their choreography. I've never been chosen. Every single time. Oh, say hi. So anyway, I would love to be part of a select group in 2021. This image honestly is just here because it reminds me of creativity, and I've been taking a lot of tutorials lately, learning other people's choreo. It would be nice to work on creating more of my own thing. This, believe it or not, it's a freestyler. I really need to work on my freestyle. And once the combination's done, I can't do my own thing. I don't know what it is. And then this heart was thrown there reminding me that if you do what you love every day, you won't work a day in your life. I love that quote. All right, money, 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 money. This is just to remind me to honestly save and stop spending all my money. This, even though it's a wonderful aesthetic, it's honestly just to represent paying off all my student loans, which I'm so close to, so I know I'll be able to check this off. And then here are the main social media platforms that I use. I just want to start posting consistently, grow my number of followers. As surface as that sounds, social media, especially for performers nowadays, is kind of like your resume. Also, this number 10 represents the amount of money that I want to have in my IRA. I opened that 6 years ago and $2,500 has just been sitting there in cash. Oh, and then lastly, this little Starbucks. I read this book, Pour Your Heart Into It. I think it was Katie's book. She never read it. It's just How Starbucks Built a Company One Cup at a Time by Howard Schultz. He's the head CEO of Starbucks still today. And obviously Starbucks is a really successful company. He makes it very clear. This is not how-to on how to run a very successful business. This is more his experience and his ups and downs, and ultimately what led them out of the different crises that they were in was remembering their brand and the reason why they started the company, sticking to what they believe, which is at the end of the day, good quality coffee. And lastly, we have my mindset. So I went with blue just because blue is a very calming color. Some things are just like quotes to keep me going. Always be kind. There's always a reason to smile, which is true after gratitude journaling this year. So that's why gratitude is here, is actually to continue my gratitude journaling, maybe 6 days a week instead of 5 days. Same with meditation. Whatever. This might not work for some people. I need that sort of thing. I need relax. I'm just always stressed and anxious. Butterfly, it was blue, but also because a butterfly starts out as one thing and then grows into something beautiful. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Just words of inspiration for my daily. All right, so my board is hung. I really like the location and I think it looks cute on the wall. I think manifestation obviously is important. Dream big, plan out everything. However, I do obviously think that putting in the work and the hustle is the most important part. We're not always gonna be motivated every day, and I think it's important to know the difference between motivation and discipline. You know, I'm not motivated to work out every single day, and I love working out, but that's where the discipline has to kick in. And I think if we work towards our goals and keep up a consistency and find a routine, discipline will kick in without you even realizing it. But I hope this was helpful. Again, I'm linking everything down in the description box. If you have any further questions, comment them down below. Good luck with your vision boards, dream big, and happy holidays.